Well, this is the fourth night in 5 days of high school basketball involving the Trojans or Trojanettes, and tonight the Trojans take to the court as they host the Central Hardin Bruins. Jay Turner along with Robert Bauer. Cameron Brown's on stats with us tonight, and Todd Belcher is in the studios of Nash 103.7. Glad to have you along tonight. The Trojans come into tonight's game with a record of 6-3, while Central Hardin has a record of 2-1. This is the Trojans' 10th game of the season, Central Hardin's 4th game of the year. They did not start the season until January the 12th when they beat Kentucky Country Day 74-41. They lost to Owensboro Catholic 77-68, and then Saturday night had a 51-33 win over Campbellsville. The Trojans have been off since Friday, which sounds like a long time ago, but actually it's not, with this being a Tuesday night. Trojans in Tompkinsville knocking off the Falcons 69-41, and of course the big game is coming up Friday night at Glasgow with a big district doubleheader with the Scotties and Lady Scotties. Central Hardin's a team out of the 17th district with Elizabethtown, North Hardin, John Hardin, and of course Fort Knox, but Fort Knox has declined to play their season this year due to the COVID pandemic. The Central Hardin Bruins came in, went 13-15 last year and defeated the Trojans last year at their place. It was 67-48. They shot 55% from the field in that game and hit 8 out of 15 threes and 13 of 15 from the foul line. And the Trojans put forth a good effort, but just did not shoot the ball as well as Central Hardin. And tonight, Robert, this is a team that lost, I think, 3 or 4 starters from last year's ball club, but they still, they're pretty young, only one senior on the entire roster.
Yeah, they're going to be a good matchup for us tonight, though. They did not play their first game, or when they had played their first game, we'd already played 5. So we've got several more under our belt, but it's well documented. Warren said it, and we've said it a couple of times about the game last year. We won 16 out of our last 18 ball games before we got beat by Warren Central last year, and 2 of those losses, one of those was to Central Hardin. We said we just kind of laid the proverbial egg in that game last night. So, we've got a little bit different roster, but I think most of those guys remember going up there and not playing well last year. This is going to be a good matchup for us because they're big, they're physical, and we're going to have to answer that matchup.
Their JV team is pretty physical, too, but the Trojans came out on top in the junior varsity game tonight. Barren County winning over Central Hardin 51-47. And we've already got a Coca-Cola scoreboard update since we did not make the trip to Casey County tonight. The Trojanettes are in action up there in Liberty, and the JV team defeated Casey County 34-7, and already they're into the second quarter of the varsity game.
Oh boy!
And at the end of the first quarter, it was 10-7, Trojanettes on top of Casey County. So we'll try to keep you updated on that game from Liberty as well tonight. So, but Trojans looking for win number 7, and here on the home court tonight against the Central Hardin Bruins, and we will come back with more of our pregame coverage. We're about 14 minutes away from tip-off. Tip off the season with huge savings and score big at Don Franklin Glasgow. This is the Don Franklin Glasgow Countdown to Tip-Off pregame report on 104thescore.com and Nash 103.7.
convenient lobby and drive-through hours, including Saturdays, to better serve you. South Central Bank has been serving communities across Kentucky for nearly 50 years. South Central Bank, small enough to know you, big enough to help. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Scotty's Contracting in Stone has stood the test of time, with quality being their top priority. Scotty's has been serving South Central Kentucky for nearly 50 years. As your local paving contractor, Scotty's is community-minded and community-involved, therefore willing to go the extra mile to help their neighbors and friends. Scotty's Contracting believes home is where the heart is, and they want you and your family to love the path that leads you to it. You can increase the value of your home with a newly paved driveway. Just imagine that curb appeal. Whether you're selling your home or staying forever, quality paves the way with Scotty's Contracting. Give your home or business more curb appeal with the help of Scotty's Contracting. Rely on your local paving contractor, someone you can trust. Scotty's, serving you for nearly 50 years and is here to stay. Call 270-629-2112. That's 270-629-2112 or scottyscontracting.com.
If you hadn't been to Colton's Steakhouse and Grill, what are you waiting for? Okay, maybe you need a special reason. Well, here it is. Our sizzling signatures. There's the Hawaiian ribeye, marinated for 72 hours and topped with fresh grilled pineapple. Or how about our Del Rio ribeye, topped with melted anchovies, chipotle butter, and crispy onion tanglers. Both these mouth-watering sizzling signature ribeyes are available right now. Colton's Steakhouse and Grill. We know what's at stake.
In Glasgow, Campbellsville, Radcliffe, and Bardstown.
You're listening to Barren County Basketball, presented by Don Franklin Glasgow. Now, back to courtside with...
And we're about 11 minutes away from the start of the Trojans and the Bruins here tonight from Barren County High School. We'll be off till Friday night when the Trojans and Trojanettes visit Glasgow in a big district doubleheader. In the 28-point victory over Monroe County on Friday night, the Trojans shot quite well from the field, 57.1% on 24 of 42 from the field, 7 of 13 on threes, 14 of 22 from the foul line. Gavin Withrow and Tay Pointer finished with 37 points between them. Withrow had 19, Pointer had 18 in that game. The Central Hardin Bruins, looking at some numbers, 64.3 points a game, giving up 50.3. They shoot 48% from the field, 43% from behind the arc. They average just over 8 threes a game. They shoot quite well from the free throw line as a team, 70% from the charity stripe, and they average 30 rebounds a game. The Trojans are averaging 58.3 points a game. Their opponents average 53.6, and Barren County shoots 42.3% from the field, averaging about 5 threes a game, shooting 32.6%, shooting 68% from the foul line, and they average 25.6 rebounds a game. Looking at some of the other games going on around the area tonight, there are a lot more tonight than we had last night, but there's a lot more games that are canceled tonight than there were last night. It being a typical Tuesday night, 30 girls games canceled at last check, 34 boys games canceled tonight at last check this afternoon, but big game tonight just in Tompkinsville with Glasgow playing Monroe County in a girl-boy doubleheader. Franklin Simpson girls at Allen County, Scottsville. Logan County girls at Clinton County. Russell County girls are at Danville, while the Russell County boys play at home against Somerset Christian School. Hart County girls at North Hardin. Hart County boys at home against Edmondson County. Greenwood girls at South Warren. Warren East girls at Warren Central. Caverna boys is at Bowling Green Foundation Christian Academy, and the Cumberland County boys at Metcalfe County. So lots of single games. The only doubleheader actually is Glasgow at Monroe County. Games around the area brought to you by CRS Construction, providing exceptional construction service with the highest attention to detail. And now the Zaxby's keys to the game, Robert.
Match their physicality, handle their pressure, and you're going to have to match up with their shooters. They hit in their first 3, and I know averages can be a little skewed through only 3 games, but they've hit 8 threes through their first games. They've got one kid, the Ash kid, who mainly shoots threes. He's shooting about 60% from behind the arc. So we really have to identify, get back in transition, and get that defense working tonight.
And Ash is the only starter that returns from last year. He averaged 9 points a game for the Bruins. This year he's averaging almost 17 a contest. We'll come back and we'll continue our pregame coverage here. We're about 8 minutes away from the start of the ball game. Tip off the season with huge savings and score big at Don Franklin Glasgow. This is the Don Franklin Glasgow Countdown to Tip-Off pregame report on 104thescore.com and Nash 1037.
This is Terry Bunnell, Chairman, President, and CEO of the People's Bank. We want to be your community bank, one that you can trust and rely on. A place where not only are your banking needs met, but you're also greeted with a friendly face. It's neighbors helping neighbors. Local people helping local people. At the People's Bank, let us work for you. The People's Bank working for you, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Excellent starts with a solid foundation. CRS Construction Company is a business that lays down that solid foundation, getting construction sites ready for new builds. A family-owned commercial and industrial construction company based in Glasgow, the owners have a combined experience of over 60 years in the construction business. They specialize in excavation, site development, and site utilities. Put CRS to work on your next job and know that it will be a success.
CRS Construction in Glasgow. Call them at 270-629-2030.
Making your funeral arrangements in advance is one last wonderful gift you can give the loved ones who'll be left behind. By freeing them from the burden of many details, you give them time to do the work of grieving and caring for one another. Let A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home help with the reflection and the remembrance. A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home is following all CDC guidelines to help keep you and your family safe.
A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home, serving our community since 1928. 201 East Washington Street in Glasgow. Call them at 651-2080.
In our neck of the woods, propane is a big source for heating our homes. And your local Southern States in Glasgow is the place to get your propane tanks filled for your home. And propane power heating is used on farms, too. It's a great fuel source for heating livestock, such as swine and poultry, like chicken barns. Propane heat can transform the way you operate a farm and its various buildings. With propane, heating becomes more efficient in barns and even greenhouses. Call Southern States in Glasgow to find out more. 651-6167.
So wake up early, do a little studying, take the dog out, finish that audiobook, finish that workout, then stop by McDonald's for breakfast and somehow manage to do it all before that 10 a.m. meeting meal. There's a meal for every morning at McDonald's.
Pair our delicious hash browns with the sweet and savory taste of a sizzling sausage McGriddles or a crispy chicken McGriddles for only $2. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
You're listening to Barren County Basketball Countdown to Tip-Off, presented by Don Franklin Glasgow. Now back to...
Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. They're brought to you by SCRTC Total Communications for the Central Hardin Bruins under head coach Matt Nickel. They'll start Hayden Ash, 5'11", 175 at a junior, averaging 16.7 points and 4.3 rebounds. He scored 23 in the win over Campbellsville on Saturday night. He was 5 of 6 from behind the arc in that game over Seville. Preston Keith, 6'2", 195 at a junior, averages 7.7 points and 4.3 rebounds. Landon Elmore, 6'6", 180, a junior, 14 points, 5.3 boards a game. Logan Nelson is a 6'2", 170-pound senior. And Brett Decker, 5'10", 155 freshman, averaging 9.3 points a game for the Bruins, is the other starter for Central Hardin tonight. For the Barren County Trojans, under 13th-year head coach Warren Cunningham, as assistant coaching staff Lee Johnson, Matt Gardner, Jared Browning, and Austin Burge. I think Coach Gardner may be doing a little scouting tonight with that Glasgow-Monroe County matchup. Gavin Withrow, 5'9", 150 and a senior, averaging 8.4 points a game. Mason Griggs, 6'1", 155 and a junior, averaging 9.7. Tate Pointer, 6', 160 junior, averaging 12.5 points a game. Ryan Shirley, 6'2", 190 junior, just averaging just over 6 and 5 rebounds. And Corbin Murphy, 6'3", 235 and a senior, averaging 1.8 points a game for the Trojans. The officials for tonight's game are Adam Ryder, Frankie Williams, and Chris Stafford. And the game officials brought to you by Barren County Sheriff Kent Keene. We will come back and get set for the Farmers RECC Jackie Browning Memorial opening first half. And our first quarter of action brought to you tonight by German American Bank, supporting the communities we serve and believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Back with the first quarter after this break, as this is the Don Franklin Glasgow Countdown to Tip-Off pregame report on 104thescore.com and Nash 1037.
Advisor take time to really
listen to you? Is your financial strategy personalized for you and your family? Will your financial advisor be there as your life and financial situation change? Hi, I'm Jamie Harris, your Southern Kentucky Edward Jones financial advisor. When we work together, we'll focus on what's important to you. We'll use an established process to create a personalized financial strategy backed by the advice, tools, and resources to help you reach your goals. And we'll partner to help your strategy stay on track. Contact me today, 270-651-9993. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
It's finally time to get on the court. Basketball season is here, and from the first tip of the ball to the time the net is cut, SCRTC is here to help you make the shot with the fastest internet speeds. Up to 1 gig for SCRTC fiber customers and 15 meg for copper customers. Residential internet packages with and without phone are available. Never miss a shot from your team when they play on TV with the SCRTC Sports Package. With the current fiber expansions, SCRTC service areas are growing constantly. Make the SCRTC three-point shot today with phone, TV, and internet.
From the traditional funeral services we've always provided to the more contemporary options that are growing in popularity, at Hatcher and Sattler Funeral Home, we promise to always do our very best to satisfy your personal wishes and requests. Helping people make their final arrangements in advance is a service we provide free of charge because we know firsthand just how much this process can benefit the remaining family members. Hatcher and Sattler Funeral Home in Glasgow. Here when you need us.
Growing up, my parents always encouraged me to do what's right, even if it wasn't easy. I'd always hear my mother's voice say, do the right thing. That stuck with me. Every day, just do the right thing. That's it. The rest takes care of itself.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe in doing the right thing for our customers and our communities.
I'm Brad Gross for a free insurance review. See me at 130 South Public Square.
Make a smart choice with the Smart Checking account from German American Bank. For a low $5 monthly fee and simply paying your cell phone bill out of your account, you'll enjoy cell phone protection and receive up to $800 per year if your phone is broken or stolen. That's a reassuring benefit. You'll also receive unlimited access to a network of local discounts and national retailer deals to save you money. This account can pay for itself if you just use the benefits. Stop by any German American Bank office today to open your Smart Checking account. German American Bank, member FDIC.
Every day, people experience mysteries that challenge the laws of nature, like enjoying a Coke Zero Sugar. It looks, sounds, and tastes delicious. But how does one explain the great taste if there are 0 calories and 0 sugar? Some mysteries are just too mysterious. Coca-Cola Zero Sugar, unbelievably delicious.
No TV binging session is complete without the unbelievably delicious 0-calorie taste of Coke Zero Sugar. You're listening to Barren County Basketball, presented by Don Franklin Glasgow. Now, back to courtside with Jim.
And welcome back to Barren County High School as we get set for the Trojans and the Central Hardin Bruins. Well, the new Bowling Green Daily News prep poll came out today for the 4th region, and on the girls' side, Barren County remained the #1 team, followed by Bowling Green, Warren Central, Greenwood, and Metcalfe County in the top 5. And over on the boys' side, Bowling Green, Warren Central, Allen County, Scottsville, Clinton County, and Greenwood. Barren County came in at number 7 in this week's poll.
It's probably pretty fair. I'm not sure our girls will stay #1 if they lose another one tonight. You said down at halftime?
Down at halftime right now on the Coca-Cola scoreboard. The Trojanettes are down 20-15 at the break. And we talked about the JV winning earlier tonight, 34-7 over Casey County. And the boys won here just a little bit ago, 51-47 over Central Hardin. And over at Monroe County tonight, the district game going on between Monroe and Glasgow. And at last report, Monroe County girls were leading Glasgow at halftime, 25-15.
I mean, to me, that's
a surprise.
Yeah, to me, that's a ginormous surprise. But, you know, we've seen some crazy scores this year.
And we sure have. The Bruins in that Columbia blue color with white letters and numbers, and Barren County in their home white tonight. Burgundy numbers and letters with Barren County across the front of their jerseys.
They're very much North Carolina-like.
Yeah, it's the North Carolina blue. And Central Hardin will have the basketball to start the game. Brett Decker, he's a freshman guard, handling it on the right side of the floor. He'll get it out top now. Ooh, going to be a foul here. Ryan Shirley came off his feet as Ash took him up in the air, and Ash, it will not be a shooting foul, but Ryan Shirley gets his first personal. It's the first foul of the Trojans here in the basketball game.
Well, he was paying attention to that scouting report. Ash, we said, was a very good three-point shooter, so he was closing out hard.
Decker going to the left side. They give it to Ash. Ash covered up there. They feed it in the middle there, working against Pointer. Off the glass, it's no good. Rebound, put back up, and no good. Shot it over the rim. And coming out there with it is Gavin Withrow for the Trojans. As he'll bring it in front court. Angles off to the left side, looking back right for a back door, but nobody there. Going to have to get rid of it out to Pointer on the right side. Pointer goes down in the corner to Griggs. Griggs trying to go one-on-one. Throws it back off in the left corner to Withrow. He can't shoot as he's defended. Back out it comes to Pointer. Got Ash putting pressure on him. Back to Withrow. He's going to drive against Decker. He's cut off now the baseline. In trouble inside here. Shirley with a spin move up with a shot. It's no good. And rebound is going to be going to Central Hardin. Last touch by Shirley.
You can see their size and physicality on both ends of the floor, them getting the rebounds on their offensive end and pushing us a little bit when we've got the basketball. We've got to be able to be strong with it.
Decker hands it off to Ash. He'll give it out top now to Elmore. Elmore looking. Now goes right side with it to Nelson. Elmore played football this year for Central Hardin. Remember that name. Yeah, there's a push off. That should be an offensive foul. Yes, it is. Tate Pointer went sailing into the lane. Foul will be on Preston Keith, his first and the team's first. Barren County bringing it up court. Gavin Withrow with the basketball over to Ryan Shirley. Shirley on the right side. Now cuts back left. He's looking. Gives it back to Withrow. Man-to-man defense by Central Hardin. They try to switch off there. Pointer left open for a moment. Has to drive against Decker. He cuts him off, kicks it back out to Griggs. He finds an opening, goes in under, puts it up and in.
Passed up the three that was a little contested and sliced through the lane for a layup.
And the first 2 points on the board for Barren County. 6:10 to play here in the first quarter. As they work it to the left side, Elmore will give it back around the perimeter to the right to Keith. Keith hands it off in there to Ash. Jumper from the right elbow. It is good.
He's only got like 4 twos all year. He primarily takes threes, but he's going to take what you give him.
That's showing him 11 of 19 from behind the arc. Here's Griggs. Nice move to the basket. Driving it right down the lane. Puts it up and in.
Yeah, took that one from the left side to the hoop.
4-2 on the other end. Baseline shot is no good. Murphy up high for the rebound. Here comes Gavin Withrow, left side. He'll hold up now, give it to Pointer. Now Pointer halfway to the corner. Back out now to Withrow. Gets a screen from Shirley. Goes right with it to Griggs. Griggs trying to make a move. He almost went to the floor. Lost his footing there. Here's a three by Withrow. Bang!
Gavin's been shooting the ball really well lately. It seems like we've had 2 weeks off, even though it's just been 4 days. So glad to see that continuing.
And a People's Bank three for Gavin Withrow pushes the lead out to 7-2. We played 3 minutes of the opening quarter. As they work it down underneath to Ash, trying to get underneath. He went up and had it partially blocked by Griggs, and Griggs takes it out of the air. Great defensive play by Mason Griggs. Here's Withrow penetrating. Free throw line jump shot. No, off the back of the iron. Crashing the board was Shirley. We're going to get a foul as Murphy hit the deck. And they're going to put it on 14. That's Logan Nelson. Nelson, the only senior on the Central Hardin Bruins basketball team this year. So Barren County will take it out underneath as Gavin Withrow will toss it in. Comes into Shirley in the corner, out to Pointer. Goes back to Withrow. Now he looks down low in there for Shirley posted up. Griggs launches a three. It's no good. And rebound taken off in there by Elmore. Here comes Decker, working it down the right side of the lane. Whistle and a foul on Withrow. Second team foul of the Trojans here in the early going with 4:28 to play here in the first quarter. Barren leading 7-2. As the ball comes to the corner to Ash. Ash will kick it back out. Decker, long range three, good.
You had to pick and choose there. You'd much rather close that on Ash than Decker, based on the percentages.
Decker averaging 9.3 points a game. Pointer Crossover dribble and flips up the shot, and here's Murphy. Had it smacked out of his hands, and a foul called on Central Hardin. It'll be on number 4, and that's Decker. His first. That'll be the Bruins' third team foul.
Got a lot of size in there right now. They got 2 kids, 6'6".
As Withrow looking to inbound, left of the basket. Comes in the corner to Griggs on the left-hand side. He'll give it back to Withrow. He'll bring it back out front. Half the quarter gone. Barren leads at 7-5. Griggs with it on the left wing. Out to Pointer. Back over it goes to Shirley. Shirley wants to drive, and a whistle, a foul. And they're going to put it on Tate Lewis, who just checked in, a 6'6", 190-pound junior. His first, team's fourth. Going to get a change in the Trojan lineup as Aiden Miller, 6'4", 205 sophomore, that averages 7.5 points a game, will check into the Trojan lineup for Coach Warren Cunningham. Withrow still looking, gets it into Shirley, left corner. Now Shirley is cut off in there by Keith, as Withrow will give it back out to Griggs. Griggs will hand it back to Withrow. Is he up against Decker, one-on-one. Crossover dribble, top of the key. Right elbow, Aiden Miller turns, flips it back off to Pointer for the 3-ball. It is no good. Crashing aboard is Elmore for Central Hardin. Ash up court to Keith. Dumps it down low in there to Tate Lewis, and back out it comes to Ash around the perimeter. Elmore fakes one way, goes the other. Down the left side, had it stripped loose out of bounds.
Thought it got stripped off of his leg as he kicked it out of bounds, but they'll take it out again under.
And it'll be Keith to toss it in. They lob it out to Lewis. And down in low, here's Elmore. Got the shot to roll in.
Thought it too deep. Even though we bodied him up late, he was still able to score.
Tied at 7. 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. Pointer with the basketball has picked up his dribble. Throws it out front to Griggs. And now Griggs, top of the key, over the left side, it goes to Withrow. Withrow now looking. Bounce pass left side over to Shirley. Shirley looking, turns it behind him, gives it to Pointer. Out the deep left corner 3, no good. Rebound comes off to Keith for Central Hardin. He's got the basketball, driving against Pointer. Shot goes up, it is good. Let's see if the county that bounced in. Pointer went to the deck, and they caught a block on Tate Pointer. That'll be his first and the team's third.
Well, if they're giving him shots, they got to count it, and so they will.
So the basket will count for Preston Keith. Makes it 9-7. Tate Pointer checking out of the game for the Trojans, and Eli Brooks, 6'6", 165 sophomore, will come in.
I think Warren has a very good argument. I don't really understand how they can give him shots off of that. It was pretty far out on the floor, and then he let it go after he kind of come back down from the contact with Tate.
Well, he gets an old-fashioned three-point play out of it. It's 10-7. They're on an 8-0 run. They trailed 7-2 to the Trojans. So we got 2.5 minutes to go in the first. Withrow, long bounce pass right to Miller. Coming off the screen from Griggs. Top of the key over to Brooks. Swings it left side to Withrow. Now Withrow gives it out to Miller. Top of the key. Miller dribbling left. Back over to Withrow. Now gives it in there to Shirley. Shirley at the free throw line. Now here comes Griggs trying to slice his way through, but can't. And Miller out of the corner for the jumper. Good.
I'm not so sure he didn't bank that in from that angle. That was
got it, just barely kissed it off the glass there. Inside, fall-away shot is no good by Robinson, who just checked in. It's Carter Robinson, number 23, 6'3", 170 junior, and the ball got knocked out of bounds. Minute 56 to play here in the first quarter, and it's a 10-9 Central Hardin lead as Corbin Murphy has returned to the Trojan lineup. So Murphy, Miller, Griggs, Withrow, and Brooks on the court.
I went back and watched that play where Warren was a little upset about him getting the shots. He pointed to it on the floor and then went back and when he went to the score stand, said 2 shots.
Yeah. He didn't think the shot went in, I guess.
Right. Can't change it.
Yeah. Murphy at the right elbow. And we're going to get 3 seconds in the lane. He was right behind the free throw line, the right corner of the free throw line, but he was in the lane.
that play did not develop well. The last two offensive series seem like they're a little bit in slow motion, and that's because of Central Hardin's pressure more than anything.
They work it inside. Here's a follow-away one-handed shot that's no good. Battle for the rebound. It's going to go loose into the lane or into the corner. And they're going to say last touch by the Trojans. Tate Pointer returning to the Trojan lineup. He'll come in for Mason Griggs. Keith will toss it in for the Bruins. As he gets it in play to Robinson. It's stolen away. Here's Withrow going in for the layup. It is good. 11-10. Trojans back on top by 1. Decker will send it to Robinson. Robinson around to the right side. Hands it off to Keith. And now Tate Lewis with it. Dumps it off left to Elmore. They try to go back inside there. Miller's going to be caught with a foul. His first. That'll be the Trojans' fourth of the half. Ash will return for Central Hardin. Mason Thompson, number 11, a 6'3", 205-pound junior, is checked in to the Bruin lineup. With 1 minute to play here in the first quarter. 11-10, Trojans on top. Lewis, that ball skips off Ash and out of bounds.
Everybody they bring in is over 6 foot. Their whole team, except for a couple, has got really good size. That makes it defensively pretty tough on us.
Yep. Withrow with the basketball. Working against Ash. Gives it to Murphy. Tried to go to Miller with it, and it's stolen away. Turnover by Barron. They go down the right side. It's Ash out to Lewis. Swings it left side over to Thompson. Thompson works to the right side. Hands it back off now to Keith. Now Robinson back over to Keith. Hands it to Ash, and he'll jump it up from 18 feet. It bounces off the rim. Rebound to Eli Brooks. 20 seconds to play here in the quarter. Barron up 11-10. Withrow with the basketball. Guarded out there by Preston Keith. Angles off to the left. Gives it to Pointer. Curls it to the left elbow. He'll give it out to Brooks. Brooks back over to Pointer. Pointer wants to drive. Baseline cut off by Thompson. Lobs it back out to Brooks. Fakes the three. Free throw line shot off balance. No good at the horn. That's the end of the first quarter. After 1, Barren County 11, Central Hardin 10. We'll be back with a second quarter of action after this timeout. This is the Don Franklin Glasgow Barren County High School basketball game on 104thescore.com and Nash 103.7.
Financial advisor take time to really listen to you. Is your financial strategy personalized for you and your family? Will your financial advisor be there as your life and financial situation change? Hi, I'm Jamie Harris, your Southern Kentucky Edward Jones financial advisor. When we work together, we'll focus on what's important to you. We'll use an established process to create a personalized financial strategy backed by the advice, tools, and resources to help you reach your goals. And we'll partner to help your strategy stay on track. Contact me today, 270-651-9993. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
If you're like most Barren County farmers, you want feed products and nutritional supplements that are proven to work for your operation. No time on your farm to mess around. CPC Commodities understands, so they provide quality feeds they can stand behind. CPC Commodities offers direct-to-farm delivery options for bulk or bag feed, minerals, tubs, and farm hardware. CPC Commodities, proven on our farm, made for yours. Call toll-free at 888-618-6455.
You're listening to Barren County Basketball, presented by Don Franklin Glasgow. Now, back to courtside with Jay Turner.
And welcome back to Barren County High School. The Trojans lead 11-10 over Central Hardin as we start the second quarter, brought to you by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. Got a couple of changes in the lineup. Tate Pointer wanted to shoot the three. Comes back out to Withrow. Over to Colton Stevens, who just checked in the lineup. 5'7" junior. Long bounce pass left, comes to Withrow. Withrow down low is Miller. Miller fakes, wants to drive. He'll go strong to the basket. He puts it in.
Yeah, strong move. Gave him a little head fake. Right up to the left side of the rim, his strong side.
13-10 in favor of Barren County. As Decker gets it out to Elmore. Around to the left corner to Keith. Back out front it comes to Nelson, who's back in the lineup now. driving strong to the basket. Here's a shot up and in by Preston Keith for his 5th point.
They reciprocate one strong drive with another.
Gavin Withrow on the left wing. Out to Pointer, straight away to Shirley. Shirley now hands it off to Stevens. Stevens around the top of the horn, backs away on the dribble. Now works to the right side. Back out front to Withrow. Over the left side to Shirley. Now Shirley back out front to Stevens. Stevens looking back to the right side. He goes to Withrow. Whistle. What we got? Down low. Got a foul call. It's on 14. That's Logan Nelson, his 2nd, team's 5th. Or it's a 6-team foul. Mason Griggs will come in for Gavin Withrow with 6:41 to play here in the 2nd quarter. Trojans 13 and the Bruins 12. Here's the lob into Miller. Throws it up in midair. No. Just couldn't finish it. Rebound comes off to Central Hardin. Right side, Key spinning, shoots over Miller, short, battle for the rebound. Miller's got it for the Trojans. Gets rid of it off to Griggs. Griggs pulls up the right elbow, jumper, got it. 6 points for Mason Griggs, and the lead 15-12 for the Trojans.
That was an easy offensive possession. Central didn't get back and set up.
Keith with it out front. He gets rid of the basketball to Elmore. Elmore's going to fire a 3, knocks the bottom out of it. Wow. And timeout by Matt Nickel and the Bruins. We're tied at 15 with 6:09 to play here in the 2nd quarter. Find out scores and results from middle school to high school each day on our school's website. Go to barron.kyschools.us, click athletics, and then the sports report. We'll have middle school scores on there tomorrow morning after the results come in tonight.
Look back at the first quarter, pretty much even. The Trojans were 5 of 12, Central Hardin 4 of 11. Both teams hit a 3. We out-rebounded them 6-2. Not very many turnovers, only 5 between the two teams. So just a good physical basketball game for a Tuesday night.
Yep. Make sure you tune to 104 The Scores. James Brown for game stories, photos, and more from Trojan and Trojanet basketball. Log on to 104thescore.com or the 104 The Score Facebook page. We're tied at 15 with 6:09 to play here in the first half. Ball comes into Griggs as they try to pressure him in the backcourt, looking for Stevens. He's going to have to do something with it. Finally bounces off to Stevens across midcourt, gives it to Miller, driving strong to the basket again, puts it in, and he draws a foul.
I think we were a little taken aback by the fact that they picked up a 3/4 court pressure, but once we got in our spots and got it across half court, that flowed pretty well.
Elmore, his first personal, that's 7 on the Bruins here in the first half. Aiden Miller, 70% foul shooter so far in the year. He scored 6 points in this ball game. Trying to make the 3-point play the old-fashioned way, and he does. 18-15, Trojans lead it by 3. 5:55 to go in the first half. Keith gives it out to Elmore. Elmore looking inside. Now goes back to Keith, whistle, and what do we got? A moving pick on Nelson. That's 3. So he's coming out, and number 30, Adam Hobbs, 6'3", 230 sophomore, coming to the ball game for the Central Hardin Bruins. Mason Griggs will set things up. Griggs goes left side to Withrow. As Withrow dribbles right, gives it back to Griggs on the right wing. Griggs looking inside. There's Shirley. Shirley bounce pass down in there to Miller. Miller turns and he traveled.
Just wasn't enough spacing. Yeah. We tried to go high-low, but they were both closer to the high watermark there with being at the elbow.
Yeah. 5:23 to go here in the first half. Barren County leading 18-15. As Decker has the basketball. On the left side, gets the screen. Ash is back on the floor, looking for it. Down low. Here's a shot partially blocked. Actually, it's going to be a charging foul. I think the shot got blocked somehow, too, because it didn't get up just barely to the rim. Ryan Shirley taking the charge.
That was a well-designed play. Ash slipped off, and he was wide open at the top of the key, but they actually got another roll on that to, fortunately, get us a charge.
Second foul on Preston Keith. That's number 9 on the Bruins here in the first half. Withrow on the left side. Withrow picked up his dribble, needs some help here, and finally gets rid of it to Pointer. Pointer brings it back out, gives it to Withrow. Withrow dribbles right. Now goes to Griggs. Griggs trying to find an opening in the lane and has it taken away from him by Hayden Ash. Ash driving, and that'll be a collision, a blocking foul as Pointer tried to take the charge, but he's going to be charged with his second.
Both charge attempts have failed by Tay tonight, and that's why he has his 2.
Ash, a 69% foul shooter on the year for the Bruins. And first shot is up, and it bounces and comes off. All over the rim, but it didn't go down. Again, he's the only starter back from last year for Central Hardin. And Tate Lewis will return for the Bruins. He'll come in to replace Brett Decker. Ash back at the line. Free throw, good this time. His third point of the game. 18-16, Trojans lead it by 2. Got a small student section over there tonight, rooting the Trojans. Shirley with it on the left wing. Comes off the screen from Griggs, gives it in the middle there to Miller to go into Brooks, and he gets fouled. There were 2 Bruins around him.
Put Eli in a bad spot. He threw him into a double team, and so he got a block, and we'll get a 1-on-1.
Ash, that'll be his first personal, number 10 on the Bruins in the first half. So it should be 2 shots for Eli Brooks. First one's good. He's averaging about 3 points a game coming off the bench, 6'6", 165, and a sophomore. 19-16 Trojans. Second one good. 20-16 Trojans, 4.5 minutes to play here in the first half. Ash with the basketball, gives it out to Hobbs. Hobbs works around to the right side. And now Elmore with it. Back out to Ash. Ash dribbles left, hands it off in there to Robinson. Here's a shot up, and it is no good. Crashing the board. Eli Brooks, he's in a trap. They take it away from him. And underneath, shot blocked by Shirley. He tried to save it from going out of bounds. But it'll be going back to Central Hardin.
Everybody ran away from Eli. We actually had numbers on the other end, but they put him in a trap, and there was no way with the ball over his head he could throw it that far.
Ball comes out deep to Ash. Gives it to Hobbs. Hobbs works around to the left side. He'll give it to Elmore. Out top to Hobbs. Now working with it is Elmore. Elmore off to Ash. Now Lewis with it on the right side. Hands it back over to Elmore. Elmore wants to go baseline against Miller. Fall away shot is up and in. That's a tough shot. Elmore gets his 7th point, 20-18. Miller driving. Here's a shot off the window and in. Boy, that's a line drive shot off the glass.
The iron barely held it, but it did.
Yeah. 9 points for Aiden Miller. We'll give him that People's Bank shot on the other end. Here's a leaning shot, and it's going to be an offensive foul. As Elmore leaned in, that'll be his 2nd personal.
A little maybe benefit of the whistle. That was close. Ryan kind of came up underneath him and crowded him.
22-18. That nullified the bucket, too, for Central Hardin. Brooks feeds it in there to Shirley. Gives it back to Brooks. He'll go right side with it over to Withrow. Posted down low, Miller. Trying to go up and under, but he can't. He's cut off in there. And now Griggs dishes it off in the corner. Here's Miller with an air ball shot. And it is going to be out of bounds. I believe Hobbs went out of bounds with it. And now going to get another change in the lineup. Mason Thompson back in for the Bruins. He'll come in for Robinson. Griggs gets the ball in play to Miller. He'll give it out to Brooks, and now Griggs with it on the left side. Out front is Withrow. Gives it to Shirley. Shirley dribbling right, now reverses back left. Back out front to Griggs, swings it left side over to Withrow, gets a screen from Miller. Can't shoot, he's cut off. Back out to Shirley, over to Griggs. Griggs working to the right side, and he gets trapped. Now turns and flips up the shots, too strong. Miller tried to follow it. Battle for the rebound, tapped out of bounds, and it'll be Central Hardin's basketball.
Just ran out of real estate trying to tip it to herself.
2:27 to play here in the first half. Barren with a 4-point lead. They get Decker back in the lineup for Central Hardin for Hobbs. Decker will handle the basketball. Decker against Withrow. Gets whips to Ash, or rather hands it right back to him from Thompson. Ash with it now, curls. Top of the key, pump fake, puts up the jumper, rims, no good. Crashing the board, Ryan Shirley gives it to Withrow. Withrow, top of the key, back to Shirley. Shirley off to Brooks. He'll jump it up from 17. No. Rebound to Central Hardin. They go down to Thompson and back out to Ash. Here's Decker, fakes a three, drives in, has a shot blocked with a pass blocked by Miller, and out of bounds. With 1:47 left in the half. Central Hardin basketball, trying to wait for somebody to throw it in. Elmore will give it out to Decker. Back on the left side, and they go into Elmore, turnaround shot in the lane, bounces, rolls, good. Soft touch. 7 points for Elmore in this quarter, 9 for the ball game. Down underneath, there's Shirley going up, has it blocked, trying to get it back, trying to win back up. He was triple teamed. Foul called on Central Hardin. And that's going to be 3 now on Landon Elmore. He's the second starter to pick up 3 fouls. Ryan Shirley at the line. The shot's good for his first point of the game.
You don't see that philosophy very much in high school or really any of basketball. Usually when they get 2 in the first, they sit, but he's let them play till they get 3.
So Shirley back at the line for one more. 23-20. Shot on the way. Good. 78% shooter from the foul line on the season so far, and he knocks both of those down. Making a 24-20 ball game. Here's a reverse layup up and in. Boy, Thompson gets his first 2, 24-22. Withrow out to Shirley. 1:13 left before the break. Griggs with the basketball. A lot of pressure from Ash. He'll get rid of it to Shirley. Straightaway 3. Swish!
Barely touched anything. Nice high arch 3 from the top of the key. It's easy for a big man to shoot.
Yep, Peoples Bank 3. Here's a shot out of the right corner for Thompson. It's an air ball, and Griggs is going to be fouled as he started to head up court, and it'll be charged to Goodman, who just checked in. Nolan Goodman, a 6'1 junior. And Mason Griggs will step to the free throw line for 2 shots. First one's on the way. It's good. Barren is 6 for 6 at the line here in the second quarter. 28-22. Griggs fires and hits. 29-22 Trojans as Robinson checks back into the Central Hardin lineup. 55 seconds to play before the break. Decker with it on the right side. Almost threw it away. Goodman trying to hand it off to Ash. Griggs steps in and reaches in and ties it up. Alternating possession goes to Central Hardin. Yeah, Ryan Shirley got some blood on him, looks like.
Yeah, got a bloody nose there, I think.
Okay.
No surprise, this game's been pretty rough.
Pretty rugged, yeah.
I think it's been officiated well.
Oh, yeah.
But it just
physical.
Rough by nature.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Central Hardin basketball. Here's Decker to set things up. Working the left side of the floor. Goodman hands it off to Ash. And now here's Tate Lewis. Hands it to Robinson. Robinson penetrates, goes down the lane, puts up the shot. No good, but a foul on Aiden Miller. His second, team 6th.
Had to switch more a guard on a big, and he took advantage.
First one's good. Eli Brooks back into the Trojan lineup for Aiden Miller. Second shot of the way, good for Robinson. They're 4 for 5 at the line here in the first half. 29-24.
They back up in their 1-2-2.
Yep. Hobbs back on the court for the Bruins. Long bounce pass left, Withrow. 22 seconds to play. Lane Stevens on the court, 6-foot junior, handling the basketball, hands it off to Withrow. He's trapped, gives it back to Stevens. In the corner to Griggs. 13 seconds to play. Back to Withrow, top of the circle. Getting pressure out there from Goodman. Wants to take it. He'll go down to the baseline, and Murphy fires an air ball. Ball skips off, and here's the Bruins. Midcourt shot going up. It is no good, but almost got there. 29-24 is their score at halftime. The Trojans on top of Central Hardin. And we will come back with our halftime report in just a moment. It's brought to you by South Central Bank. Small enough to know you, big enough to help. We'll also take another look at the Coca-Cola scoreboard. And always remember, if you find a vehicle on DonFranklinAuto.com, Don Franklin will then bring that vehicle to Glasgow and let you experience the Don Franklin difference. This is Barren County High Basketball, presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 104thescore.com and Nash 103.7.
For a new place to bank, consider South Central Bank, a bank that believes in lifelong relationships, offers free checking, safe and secure online and mobile banking, friendly local lenders who know you by name and are ready to invest in your success, convenient lobby and drive-through hours, including Saturdays, to better serve you. South Central Bank has been serving communities across Kentucky for nearly 50 years. South Central Bank, small enough to know you, big enough to help. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Scotty's Contracting in Stone has stood the test of time, with quality being their top priority. Scotty's has been serving South Central Kentucky for nearly 50 years. As your local paving contractor, Scotty's is community-minded.
Jay, what's this halftime score again?
29-24.
Neighbors and friends.
Who's ahead?
Scotty's Contracting.
You say Barron.
Serving you for nearly 50 years and is here to stay. Call 270-629-2112. That's 270-629-2112 or Scotty'sContracting.com.
If you hadn't been to Colton's Steakhouse and Grill, what are you waiting for? Okay, maybe you need a special reason. Well, here it is. Our sizzling signatures. There's the Hawaiian ribeye, marinated for 72 hours and topped with fresh green pineapple. Or how about our Del Rio ribeye, topped with melted anchovy chipotle butter and crispy onion tanglers. Both these mouth-watering sizzling signature ribeyes are available right now. Colton's Steakhouse and Grill. You know what's at stake.
In Glasgow, Campbellsville, Radcliffe, and Bardstown.
In our neck of the woods, propane is a big source for heating our homes. And your local Southern States in Glasgow is the place to get your propane tanks filled for your home. And propane power heating is used on farms, too. It's a great fuel source for heating livestock, such as swine and poultry, like chicken barns. Propane heat can transform the way you operate a farm and its various buildings. With propane, heating becomes more efficient in barns and even greenhouses. Call Southern States in Glasgow to find out more. 651-6167. You're listening to Barren County Basketball Halftime Show, presented by Don Franklin Glasgow. Now, back to JD.
It is halftime with the Trojans leading the Bruins of Central Hardin 29-24. It was 11-10 at the end of the first quarter, and Barren County outscored Central Hardin 18-14 in the second period of play. Central Hardin in the first half had 9 field goals. 2 of those were three-point shots, and they were 4 of 5 from the line. Hayden Ash with 3 points in the first half. A field goal in the first quarter, 1 of 2 free throws in the second period. Preston Keith scored 5 and a couple of field goals and a free throw. Mason Thompson scored 2. Leading scorer scorer in the ball game so far for the Bruins is Landon Elmore, who has 9 points. He had 4 baskets, one of those a three-point shot. He did pick up 3 fouls there in the first half. 2 points for Carter Robinson and a couple of free throws, and Brett Decker hit a three-point shot back in the first quarter. Adam Hobbs and Tate Lewis, Logan Nelson, Nolan Goodman all saw action but did not score in the first half. For the Trojans, 10 field goals, 2 of those were three-pointers. All 7 free throws made there in the first half from the foul line. 8 points for Mason Griggs, 3 baskets, 2 for 2 from the charity stripe. Gavin Withrow with a couple of baskets for 5, one of those a three-point shot. Ryan Shirley hit a 3 in the second quarter, along with a couple of free throws for his 5 points. Aiden Miller is actually the leading scorer for the Trojans right now at the break. He has 4 baskets and 1 free throw for 9 points, and Eli Brooks scored 2 in the first half. Corbin Murphy and Tate Pointer started the ball game and have failed to score in this first half. Colton Stevens and Lane Stevens all saw action but did not score in the first half.
All righty. Pretty even. We were just able to make a few more free throws. That's kind of the difference in the game on the stats side of it. The Trojans were 10 of 23 for 43%, 2 of 5 from 3. And the Bruins were 9 of 22 for 41%. So very equal there, just 1 field goal difference and only 1 field goal attempt difference. 7 of 7 at the line, 4 of 5 at the line. You couldn't ask for better free throw shooting on both sides. We actually continued to out-rebound them there in the second quarter, so the overall half total is 10-4 Barren, and they turned it over 6 times. We turned it over 4, so pretty good little game. I'm not sure that there's a whole lot to critique one way or the other. We have matched up and found their shooters pretty well. Ash only has 3, who is their leading scorer through 3 games anyway, and they've only knocked down a couple of threes. They like to shoot them at about 8 a game, so you like that. And our offense, we're getting a little bit of variety there. Griggs has 8, but you said Miller has come off the bench with 9 and has really given us a spark. His strength and his size, just a sophomore, is going to continue down the road to pay big dividends for the Trojans as he gets more comfortable offensively and just figures some things out where he's supposed to be on both ends of the floor.
Right. Take another look at the Coca-Cola scoreboard here. Open a Coke and enjoy the game at Monroe County. The Lady Falcons leading Glasgow after 3, 43-24. That is a shocker.
Yeah. I think did you just get that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you get anything else?
I had a 48-28, then it got updated to 51-28, so I think it's actually kind of expanded since then.
51-28?
Yeah.
So that's a 23-point lead for Monroe County.
I can't believe it. I don't know if, like you said, somebody's not playing or something for Glasgow, but that's just kind of a stunning score.
Either Monroe is shooting the lights out and Glasgow is ice cold. It'd be about the only way to be a difference in that score. We just got a final score in from Casey County. Trojanettes lose to the Lady Rebels 37-31.
Wow. Just not a lot of points in that ball game at all. Just 31 points in the game. You see our offensive struggles kind of continue, and I know Piper's disappointed going on the road and not able to pick up another out-of-region win. I think that's 0 for 4 moving out of the 4th region, and have a couple of days to regroup with a couple practices before that. As you said, big game, which will decide, no matter what happens in Tompkinsville, our game with Glasgow decides who's the one, and if we don't win, it'll be a tie all the way across the board, right?
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see how it all turns out after their games tonight especially, but at least the Trojanettes have a couple of days to work on some things between now and Friday night, because they're going to turn around in Monday night. The game's been rescheduled with Monroe County in Tompkinsville on Monday night. That'll just be a varsity game at 6 o'clock Monday night in Tompkinsville. We'll be on there at 5:40 Monday night with that Barren County Trojanette Monroe Lady Falcon matchup. We'll come back and get set for the Trojans and Bruins second half. The Farmers RECC, Jackie Brownie Memorial opening second half after this break. This is Barren County High Basketball presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 104thescore.com and Nash 103.7.
At the People's Bank, we are proud to offer one-on-one personal financial service. Hello, this is Terry Bunnell, Chairman, President, and CEO. We strive to give you the banking you deserve with a friendly atmosphere where you're more than just a number. We offer all that you have come to expect from a bank, including online and mobile banking. We are your community bank. The People's Bank, working for you, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Excellence starts with a solid foundation. CRS Construction Company is a business that lays down that solid foundation, getting construction sites ready for new builds. A family-owned commercial and industrial construction company based in Glasgow, the owners have a combined experience of over 60 years in the construction business. They specialize in excavation, site development, and site utilities. Put CRS to work on your next job and know that it will be a success.
CRS Construction in Glasgow. Call them at 270-629-2030.
The wake up early, do a little studying, take the dog out, finish that audiobook until the very end. Finish that workout, then stop by McDonald's for breakfast and somehow manage to do it all before that 10 a.m. meeting meal. There's a meal for every morning at McDonald's.
Pair our delicious hash browns with the sweet and savory taste of a sizzling sausage McGriddles or a crispy chicken McGriddles for only $2. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home has been assisting families in this area since 1899. We continually look for new and better ways to serve the families of this area, while maintaining the traditional values that have always been upheld. We are honored to provide assistance to families choosing cremation instead of burial, and to those who wish to arrange other non-traditional services. Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home in Glasgow. Here when you need us.
You're listening to Barren County Basketball, presented by Don Franklin Glasgow.
And welcome back to Barren County High School as we get set for the second half. The Trojans 29, Central Hardin 24. Jay Turner with Robert Bauer, along with Cameron Brown with stats, and Todd Belcher in the studios on controls tonight. Want to give a shout out to Russell Van Zant, who's watching, listening tonight. Russell Van Zant is a former coach at Metcalfe County and also coached at Monroe County. When I played basketball at Gamelia, Russell Van Zant was the coach at Metcalfe, and his grandson is on the Central Hardin team.
All right.
Reese Sherrard. So
neat connection.
Shout out to Coach Van Zandt tonight. 29-24. Here's Pointer. Bounces it off to Griggs. Right side it goes to Withrow. Withrow back out to Griggs. Now Griggs looks left, looks right, goes to Withrow on the wing. Back out, that comes to Griggs. Now Griggs turns and gives it to Withrow. Wanted to shoot the three. Griggs trying to drive left of the lane in the corner. Pointer pulls the trigger. It hits the side of the backboard. Not sure if it got blocked. Couldn't tell from this angle. Here comes Decker. He'll drive, shoots over Griggs, puts it up. It's no good. Blocking foul on Griggs.
That's probably the closest to a charge that we've had, or not get called one. Official maybe a little late getting back in transition there. Hard to see when you're got your back to it a little bit.
That's going to put Decker at the line for two shots. 5'10" freshman. Shows him in the stat sheet averaging about 9.5 points a game. He knocked down a three back in the first quarter. And the first shot rims good for Decker. 29-25.
Central Hardin went 2-3 zone on their first possession of the second half. We've got to be ready to counter that.
Second shot of the way good for Decker. 3-point lead for the Trojans, 29-26. Withrow, right side over to Griggs. Out to Pointer, back to, here's a backdoor pass. Griggs puts it, he missed the shot. Gets his own rebound, one dribble pump fake, trying to go up again, had it blocked. And now it's going to be out of bounds off of Keith, as Griggs and Keith were battling underneath there. Missed a good opportunity to get a bucket, just couldn't finish.
Well designed play.
And here's Shirley with a little hook shot that's blocked. Got it back, though, then had it stolen away by Keith. And now Central Hardin has a basketball going the other way. Shirley went out with a bloody nose right before halftime. Decker's going to set it up now for Central Hardin. Angles off to the right side. Goes to the corner. Now gives it out to Ash. They dump it in low. Here's Keith putting it up and in.
4-point swing. We are able to, or we miss ours, and they're able to make theirs. So that's what gets it a 1-point game and a Warren timeout.
When you're away from your radio, log on to Nash1037.com or the Nash 1037 Facebook page and click on the Use App tab on your computer, laptop, or smartphone to listen to the games live. Again, Friday night we'll be at Glasgow. Girls game at 6, boys game to follow. We'll be on there at 5:40 with both games. Here's the final score. Did you get that one about the same time I did? Monroe County Lady Falcons beat Glasgow tonight 57-37.
I don't know. Maybe Glasgow will be fired up, ready to get a W after they take a tough loss there in Tompkinsville tonight. So I mean, we've got to regroup ourselves. 31 points on the road. I mean, we can't really look at that one in glare like they're probably looking at ours in glare in the last couple of 3-game losing streak for the Trojanettes.
Haven't scored many points the last 3 games, the Trojanettes. Here's Griggs working right side, gives it off to Pointer. Pointer has not scored in this game tonight. Shirley, baseline left, throws it back cross court. Pointer with a 3, no good. Batted high up in the air, pulled down by Robinson. 29-28, chance here for Central Hardin to take the lead. Decker trying to go against Pointer, cut off at the baseline. Back out it comes to Keith. Robinson with it, right elbow, on the dribble, hands it off to Ash. Ash drives it down the lane, puts up the shot, no good, but a foul. Corbin Murphy, his first personal, number 2 on the Trojans. Going to send Hayden Ash to the free throw line. 1 of 2 tonight. Only 1 field goal. They've done a good job on Ash for the most part defensively. Shot goes up, and it's good.
We don't need to start putting him at the free throw line, though.
Yeah. I mean, that ties it up, or did it? No, it's 29-28.
Should have been tie game.
That's what. Okay, there it is. Now he can give Central Hardin the lead on this shot. And he missed it. Rebound comes off to Mason Griggs. Central Hardin on a 5-0 run to start the first 2 minutes of this third quarter. Brooks down in the corner to Shirley. Back out to Brooks. He'll give it to Griggs as the Bruins stay in the 2-3 zone. Withrow having trouble, and they're going to have to do something with it. Back out to Griggs. Right side of the bounce pass to Brooks. Back to Griggs. Swings it left to Withrow. Back out to Griggs. Trying to slice his way into the lane. Puts up the shot. It is no good. Rebound comes off to Central Hardin's Preston Keith. Ahead, Decker. Jump pass back out to Keith. Keith's going to drive it down. Loses the handle, and here's Griggs. He double dribbled it.
Yeah, he sure did. He was looking ahead to Gavin, who was leaking out for a would-be go-ahead layup, and just turned it over.
Yeah. I said earlier Coach Gardner was not here tonight. I thought he might be scouting. He's actually on the bench.
Yeah.
Just an overlook there.
He's
hard to overlook him,
I was going to say he's overlooked a lot.
There's a shot rejected by Brooks and out of bounds off of Decker.
Colton tried to take a charge, but didn't get called, and Eli had his back.
Keith will toss it in the right baseline for Central Hardin. He's looking, still looking. Feeds it in there. Drake going to the basket. That's Tate Lewis. And it's a 7-0 run for Central Hardin, 31-29.
Can't have those defensive lapses.
Colton Stevens straight away to Withrow. Back to Stevens. Stevens on the dribble. Gives it back to Withrow. Taps it right back to Stevens. Withrow, and nobody there. Actually, they're going to say it kind of brushed Keith. He don't believe it, but it went out of bounds.
We said last night there's not a lot of energy in the gym. Central Hardin's team's creating anything that's here right now. Our bench usually does a really good job, getting behind the kids out there on the floor.
Not much there right now. Here's Shirley with an up and under move. Shot rejected by Lewis. It comes back to Stevens. Lane Stevens and Colton Stevens both out on the court right now with Gavin Withrow, Eli Brooks, and Ryan Shirley.
Got to get a shot to bust them out of that 2-3 zone.
Right side, Withrow can't shoot. Colton Stevens going left, trying to reverse it back right. In trouble, back to Brooks. He can't shoot. That 2-3 zone really putting the pressure on. Shirley driving to the basket, gets tripped up and goes to the floor, and he's fouled.
Just a hard knock on the floor, but he got it in the middle. We were patient. Colton worked it around until he got it to Ryan there in the middle. Quick first step got him that by the size is what I'm trying to say.
It's 2 on Tate Lewis. First foul on Central Hardin in the second half. Free throw good for Ryan Shirley. It's 3 for 3. Elmore returning. Ash back in for the Central Hardin Bruins. And back at the line is Ryan Shirley. The shot on the way, good. 7 points for Ryan Shirley. He had a 3-point basket in the second quarter and has gone 4 for 4 from the foul line. We're tied at 31. It's Elmore working to the right side. Hands it off to Ash on the wing. Ash gives it to Keith. Keith spins back left, gives it to Ash. Left side it goes to Decker. Decker, one-hand pass to Keith. Now back out for Elmore. 3 in the air, bottom. That's his second tray of the night. He's got 12. Averages 14 a game, and it's 34-31. Central Hardin on top. 3:53 left to go in the third quarter. Colton Stevens with the basketball. Right side it goes to Brooks. Goes down to the corner to Lane Stevens. Jump pass back. Oh, it's going to come back into the backcourt. And that'll be a backcourt violation. Boy, the pressure of the Bruins in that 2-3 zone.
Their length is what really makes that effective. You got a couple 6'6" out there, most over 6 feet. You pack that in, and it's hard to find a lane and force you to shoot.
Yep. Here's Elmore, and that ball is going to go off of Elmore as he tried to put it back down on the floor, and Shirley was there to apply the defensive pressure.
We got to find a shot here. We got to open it up.
As Colton Stevens works it in the front court. Withrow back to Stevens. Right side is Brooks. Skip pass left corner. Withrow goes baseline. Bounce pass in there to Shirley. Broken up. Got it back though as Withrow came back out with a basketball. Bounce pass left comes to Stevens. Stevens back straight away to Withrow. Right wing. Brooks. Now Brooks looking. Back out to Withrow. Now gives it out to Stevens. Back to Brooks. Back to Stevens. Withrow.
Had Brooks on a lob. Just reversed it too quickly.
And now Withrow will set things up. Goes back to Brooks in the right wing. Back out front, Stevens swings it left to Withrow. There it is, the back door. Oh, went through the hands of Brooks. And he saved it in bounds, but couldn't get it to Shirley. Kind of went off his ankle.
We've run that play twice. And that one, I mean, Brooks 6'6", he went up and got it. Yeah. He should have been able to lay it in, just didn't catch it, and Griggs missed a layup. So, you know, that play has ran well, just not put it in the bucket.
Adam Hobbs has returned to the Central Hardin lineup. Trojans got Tay Pointer back in, Aiden Miller, and Mason Griggs. 34-31. We're down to 2:30 left to go. Here's a 3 in the air. Good. Hobbs knocking it down.
Not what you want when you're not making field goals. We don't have a field goal this quarter.
No. Just 2 tosses from the foul line, and that's it. Skip pass right side, almost picked off. Griggs grabs it. Bounce pass across, and they work it down inside underneath to Shirley, and he puts it in a reverse. 37-33. Central Hardin lead is 4. They come down to 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Here's Robinson with the basketball on a give and go to Decker and hit the bottom of the backboard, trying to make the pass into the corner.
Yeah. Trying to kick it out to Ash, and he got way too far underneath the rim. Got to go with it here the last 2 minutes to get this back even would be nice heading into the fourth quarter.
Logan Nelson, who'd been on the bench for most of the first half in foul trouble, has returned to the Bruin lineup. The only senior on the squad. Boy, having trouble. Withrow finally gets it across. Now he's picked up his dribble. They go chasing. Here's Pointer. Bounces back out to Withrow. Left side it goes to Griggs. Now Griggs looking, still looking. Bounce pass in the corner. Shirley trying to go baseline. He's going to be fouled by Hobbs. His first, team second. 1:37 to go here in the third quarter. Barren down 4. All 4 points from Ryan Shirley. Griggs gives to Withrow deep on the left side. 3, no good. Rebound pulled down by Goodman.
Maybe a little out of the range force there because we haven't opened things up offensively.
So they hand it to Elmore. And now Hobbs goes left side with it to Elmore. And a long 3. Good.
They're on fire.
That's 3 threes in the quarter for Central Hardin, and they lead it 40-33. Then Miller. Pointer with it on the right side. Bounces out to Withrow. Back over to Pointer. Pointer still on the dribble. 53 seconds to go. Griggs over to Pointer. Can't penetrate. Ball got kicked, looked like, but got batted back out to Pointer. Bounce pass to Miller. Baseline shot short. Rebound to Central Hardin. 37 seconds to play.
We've gone from 5 up to 7 down this quarter.
Ash. And Nelson goes left side over to Hobbs. Feeds it down in there to Goodman. He lays it up and missed it. Rebound to Withrow. Withrow feeds it to Griggs. Lost the handle. It's saved inbounds.
Oh, wow.
And it's going to be taken by Pointer. Wow, in midair. Here's Withrow. Puts it up and in.
I'm not sure how that happened.
Change of events there. 40-35. 3 by Hobbs out of the corner. No good. Rebound taken by Shirley, and that will do it for the third quarter.
Wow. Good effort by Tay to keep that play going.
He almost fell into the Central Hardin bench. After 3, it's Central Hardin 40, Barren County 35. We'll come back for the fourth quarter after this timeout. This is Barren County High Basketball, presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 104thescore.com and Nash 103.7.
Once upon a time in a convenience store, a woman asked,
What's the score again, Jay?
40-35. Yes.
With her Coke Zero Sugar, she lived happily ever after. Coca-Cola Zero Sugar, unbelievably delicious.
No trip to the store is complete without the unbelievably delicious zero-calorie taste of Coke Zero Sugar.
Starting, growing, and running a business comes with many unique challenges and obstacles. German American Bank believes that your money should work as hard as you do. That's why we are raising the standards in business banking with innovative technology to help you take advantage of every penny you earn and maximize every minute of your busy day. We want to help you bring convenience to your customers, improve cash flow to help you grow, and increase efficiency. Explore our financial solutions and meet our business banking team online at GermanAmerican.com. German American Bank, member FDIC.
You're listening to Barren County Basketball, presented by Don Franklin Glasgow. Now back to courtside with
Fourth quarter from Barren County High School, brought to you by South Central Bank. Small enough to know you, big enough to help. Jay Turner with Robert Bauer, Cameron Brown on stats, and Todd Belcher in the studios on controls. Barren got outscored 16-6 in the third period. Central Hardin leads it by 5, and now they're going to lead it by 7.
Nice roll to the bucket. They got their big man free towards the rim.
Elmore getting the bucket for his 14th point. 42-35 Central Hardin. Griggs with the basketball. Now he's covered up, trying to feed it in there to Miller. He goes up, shot it over the rim, but he's fouled. 22. That is Ash, his second. Team's third of the half.
Just a couple field goals for the quarter, right? And none of them are 3. So that zone has negatively affected our offense.
Free throw good for Aiden Miller. He's in double figures with 10. Actually leads the Trojans in scoring right now.
We scored 11, we scored 18, and then they went to zone and we scored 6.
Aiden Miller. Second toss off the front of the rim. Rebound to Ash. Keith. Bounce pass right side in a trap. They give it down in the corner. Elmore fires and hits.
They're just not missing. We tried to turn up the pressure and it didn't work.
44-36. Miller with the basketball out of the right side. Back to Withrow. Withrow bounce pass over to Pointer. Pointer bounce pass in underneath the Griggs, and they go in there and tie him up.
We can't find a lineup that really works for us right now.
Eli Brooks will return to the Trojan lineup. A couple of middle school scores. Barren County 7th grade lost to South Warren 35-12 in a girls game, and 8th grade girls, Barren County wins 36-24.
All right. Central Hardin was 3 of 4 from behind the arc in that third period, and that's what really sprang them to the run they went on.
Lob it out to Shirley. Now here's Griggs, right side Withrow. Withrow getting pressure out there from Elmore. Right side Brooks. Posted down in low. There's Miller. Back out to Withrow. Bluffs the 3. Gives it to Griggs. He gets a screen from Shirley. Reverses back left. Picks up his dribble. Goes to Brooks. Right side he goes to Withrow. A little over a minute gone here in the fourth. Barren down 8. Left side it goes to Brooks. Brooks and trying to force it back to Shirley. Chases down the ball. Goes back to Shirley in the left corner. Miller's posted down low, but they can't get it to him. There's Withrow deep on the left side. Withrow pulls up with an 18-foot jumper that is no good. Offensive rebound by Shirley. Dribbles it back out. He'll give it to Withrow. 6:23 to play. Back over goes to Griggs. Trying to split the defender. Scoop shot up and in, and a foul.
Needed that big time. There's no way Central Hardin zone should give up that layup, though.
Foul is on Tate Lewis, his third, team's fourth. It's 44-38 Bruins. And Griggs looking for his 11th point on the night. It's up and good. 44-39. Still plenty of time here.
5 is as close as we've been able to get it once they took that lead.
As Decker's in a trap, got rid of it to Keith, feeds it underneath to Robinson, and he puts it in.
It's hard to trap. Size difference. They're throwing over top of us when we do trap and get layups on the backside.
Miller with the basketball, threw it away. Withrow was going one way, and Miller released the ball.
Not on the same page right there.
Corbin Murphy will return to the Trojan lineup for Aiden Miller. 5:53 to play. Trojans down 46-39. Decker with the basketball. Off on the right side. Hooks it back left to Keith. And a timeout call by Central Hardin. Full timeout with 5:44 to go. It is Central Hardin 46, Barren County 39. So take a Peoples Bank timeout. Peoples Bank in Glasgow working for you. Remind you, you're listening to our broadcast on Nash 103.7, WHHT FM, Cave City, Glasgow, and online at 104thescore.com. Our next broadcast Friday night from Glasgow High. Trojans and Trojanettes, Scotties and Lady Scotties. Big district matchup.
We won't know probably before we go off the air, but that boys game might not matter much at all other than just one in the win column or one in the loss column.
Yeah, right now on the boys' side, of course, Allen County Scottsville is the 1C. They're 3-0. And Glasgow's 1-1. Barron's 1-1, and Monroe's 0-2. So if Monroe loses to Glasgow tonight, it's not going to matter to be Barren and Glasgow playing each other in the district tournament.
And it's just a matter if you wear a white jersey or a burgundy jersey is all it is. Yeah.
.544 left. It is 46-39. Central Hardin with a 7-point lead. And they'll have the basketball. It comes out to Decker. Decker against Withrow. Coming out to get it. Elmore dribbling strong to the right side. Gives to Ash. They work it down inside. It's loose on the floor. Picked up by Corbin Murphy. They try to go to Robinson with it. Up to Griggs. Now Griggs gives it to Withrow. 3 straight away. No good. Corbin Murphy with a rebound, trying to go back up. Whistle, going to call a jump ball with a possession arrow to Central Hardin.
No way that was a jump ball. Corbin could only go up and get it with one hand because they had the other one tied down.
So Central Hardin's Decker with a basketball crosses the midcourt line. Gives it to Elmore. Over to Keith. Keith trying to hand it off in there to Decker. Loose on the floor is Withrow. Gives it up court to Brooks. He drives in. He gets swatted away and out of bounds. Looked like should have been a foul there.
We'll take it one and the same. It'll still be out of bounds under.
Quickly, Coca-Cola scoreboard update. Metcalfe County boys 34, Cumberland County 29 at halftime. Withrow.
Get it rid of it.
Gonna have to hurry. Lobs it out there. Murphy fell down, and nobody over there to get the ball as Robinson just let it go.
I'm not sure what happened there. That was a weird-looking play.
We're down to 4:59 to play. Decker with it for the Bruins. Off on a give and go. Spin move, up with a shot, and it comes off. Rebound to Withrow. Barron needs a bucket here with 4:44 left to go in the ball game. Griggs trying to slice his way in. Brooks with a three on the right wing, air ball. And a head up to Decker on the left side. Out to Ash, three in the air, no good. And here comes Withrow for Barron. Bounce pass, broken up, kicked out of bounds by Keith. Tay Pointer returning to the Trojan lineup for Eli Brooks. And now Lewis will return for the Bruins. So he'll come in for Elmore. Withrow left of the bucket to toss it in. And somebody's got to get open. Comes in the corner to Shirley. Out to Pointer. Back to Withrow. Out of the wing. Back to Pointer. Bounce pass right side. Griggs. He wants to drive. Trying to go up with a shot. Forced it up there. Knocked out of bounds. Ooh. So Griggs touched it last.
Yeah. He tried to go back out, tried to go back after it, and it just bobbled it out of bounds. We've scored 10 points in about 12 minutes.
Not going to win any games like that.
Tough.
As half the fourth quarter is gone. 46-39, Central Hardin. Elmore left side, gives it to Keith. Out it comes to Decker. Decker goes right side with it. Now here's Ash. Out top, Elmore. Back over to Robinson. Robinson trying to drive in, cut off. Ash. Brings it back off to Decker. Elmore with it out front. Robinson with it on the left side. Goes across over to Keith. Drives in, spins back, gives it off in the corner, back to Ash, and now Keith. 3.5 left. Keith covered up by Pointer. Back out to Elmore. And the ball almost got away, but here's Ash going up with a shot. He goes down hard. It'll be a foul called on the Trojans. That was on Corbin Murphy, number 2 on him. 3 on the Trojans in the second half.
They took about a minute off the clock on that offensive possession, and we didn't get them to turn it over, and they're going to end with stripes.
Ash puts it up and in for his 5th point of the game.
We've only missed a couple of free throws. I don't think we missed any still, have we?
We missed one.
Okay.
Yeah, we're 4 or 5 here in the second half. And I believe Murphy may have some blood on him. So he'll have to come out. Aiden Miller back in. 47-39 Central Hardin. Ash back of the stripe for one more. And it's on the way. He got that one. 6 points for Ash. Now the lead has extended to 9 for Central Hardin, 48-39. Griggs bounces off to Pointer, back out to Griggs. Bounce pass over to Withrow. And now Withrow being chased. They go down inside there. Ryan Shirley up with the left hand and in. Good. Ryan Shirley with his 11th point of the night. And a timeout with 3:01 to go. It's 48-41, Central Hardin. At the conclusion of every Trojan and Trojanet basketball game, we select the Monticello Bank MVP of the game. Monticello Bank is your MVP when it comes to all your financial needs. Proud sponsor of Barren County Trojan and Trojanet basketball, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
3 minutes, a lot of time. 7 is the deficit. It has not been less than 5 in a long time. They flipped the script on us. I think we were up 5 at the half and maybe down 5 at the quarter break. And that 5 barrier has been a tough one to overcome. So we need stops here. We cannot let Central Hardin take another minute off the clock running this offensive possession if we want to catch up.
Trojans were up at halftime by 5. Got outscored 16-6 in the third. They've only scored 6 here in the fourth to Central Hardin's 8.
Try some pressure.
Yeah. Cross-court pass comes over to Ash. He's in a trap jump pass back to Decker. Now Decker fires in the corner to Robinson. Robinson will kick it back over to Ash. Left side, 15-footer in the air, in and out. Rebound to Miller. Halfway down it came out. Trojans need a bucket. 2.5 minutes to play. Withrow around the top of the horn, left side to Pointer. And a screen by Miller. Works it inside the paint. He'll go over to Withrow. He'll fire away. It is good for 3.
Gavin had to go chase it. It didn't hit him in the hands, ready to shoot, but he still knocked it down. First 3 in a long time.
Needed that bucket really bad. People's Bank 3 for Gavin Withrow. Here's Robinson. Has it smacked away and saved in bounds by Aiden Miller. Pointer goes to the basket with a spin move. List a layup. Rebound. Griggs back up and in, and a foul.
Actually, did better by missing the layup than making it the first time. Just got lucky.
That cuts it to 2 at 48-46. That was on Keith, his third, team's 5th. 1 shot for Mason Griggs. It's on the way, and it's good. Wow. 1-point ball game, 48-47.
See what the 3 ball can do. That turns it quickly.
Yep. Keith driving, strong right side, whistle, and a blocking foul on Tay Pointer.
Couldn't quite get in front of him to take the charge.
That is the 4th team foul, and going to put Keith at the line for 2 shots. Barron on a little 8-0 run before that free throw made by Keith. 49-47. Keith puts it up in the air, and he got them both. 50-47. 1:55 left in the game.
Can't really let their lead get more than 1 possession here with under 2 minutes to go.
Trying to get Withrow open. He'll work it up court against Goodman. He leaves Goodman. Now working around the right side. And a whistle. Timeout by Coach Warren Cunningham with 1:44. Full timeout. 50-47. Central Hardin. Stay tuned. We'll have the CPC Commodities post-game report. CPC Commodities, proven in our farm and made for yours.
Warren had 3 in his pocket. It's a good time to take one in a very critical offensive possession.
Talked about the game changes that we can tell you about Monday night. The Trojanettes will be at Monroe County. That's just a varsity game only. The tip-off is 6. We'll be on there at 5:40 from Tompkinsville with that game. Then Tuesday night of next week, Trojanettes will play host to Greenwood. Now, the boys' game's been canceled due to some COVID issues on the Greenwood Gators basketball team. So we'll let you know about those changes for next week. And there's a few more down the road.
I can't believe next week's February. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
February 1st?
Yeah.
Boy.
Next Monday.
Whew.
Next Monday.
It is just Tuesday of this week. So
it is just Tuesday. We get a couple of nights off, though. We've not really been used to that.
I think my truck will just automatically bring me here, and I'll show up, and there won't be a game for once.
So next home game won't be until next Tuesday, a week from tonight. Ball comes out to Griggs. 1:40 left in the game. He's picked up his dribble. Goes into Miller. Now Miller turning, looking. The ball gets away, and it's going to go out of bounds.
Got to lay that in. He had a lane, and I think he was just programmed that we were trying to run the play for a 3. Down 3, but it's okay to take a 2 there, especially when it's a makeable shot.
Minute and a half to go. 50-47, Central Hardin. Keith with the basketball. Keith's double team. Timeout. Central Hardin. I was talking about the home games and away games, and we haven't been on the road that much this year.
That doesn't hurt my feelings.
So we've been to Russell County, been to Allen County, Scottsville, Owensboro, Monroe County. I guess that's it, right?
Yeah. The meals are good,
so
but
we go back to Monroe County on Monday night. We never made 2 trips to Monroe County during the regular season. We have for district tournament before.
Had to break it up because we really didn't have to break it up, but that's just the way the schedule worked out because of anticipated games.
But 4 nights of basketball next week, Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday.
I'm tired right now. I can't imagine what's going to be at the end of next week.
Decker with the basketball, had it knocked away by Withrow for a moment. And Elmore hands it off to Robinson. Down the lane. He'll put it up, missed it strong. I think he wanted to dunk it, I think. Just went too strong to the basket. Griggs is going to be fouled. And in the back court on Ash, that's number 3. 16 fouls on the Bruins.
He did try to dunk it, and I think he turned his ankle after the fact. He went hobbling down the tunnel there towards the entrance.
So Barren County will have the basketball to bring the length to the floor. Trailing 50-47. And Shirley will toss it in.
Good mop-up break here.
Yeah. Mentioned the ratings today. Barren County Trojanettes still the number 1 team in the region, followed by Bowling Green, Warren Central, and Greenwood. 3 14th district teams, 2, 3, 4. Knowing that one of those will not make it to the region tournament later this year. Metcalf was 5, Glasgow was 6. Griggs now gives to Pointer. And over the right side, Griggs. Pointer has not scored in this one. He needs to unload it for a 3.
Nice.
And gives it to Withrow. Back to Pointer. He dropped it, had to chase it. 53 seconds to play.
Still 2 timeouts is what I was going to say, and Warren takes one there.
50-47, Bruins on top with 51.1 to go here in this one. Talking about Glasgow on Friday night on the Scotty side. Of course, they lost all 5 starters from last year, 7 seniors. But they've got a guy by the name of Sam Bowling who's averaging 24 points a game.
Yeah, those seniors have been around a long time, played a lot of minutes, and once they graduated, there was obviously people waiting in the wings behind them that were very capable, and now you see them getting their chance, and that's what we'll see on Friday night is a new Scotty team. Won't be new to our group. They're very familiar with them in the JV games and scouting reports and so forth, but be new to the people who really keep up with the varsity-type games.
Speaking of which, on the Coca-Cola scoreboard after 1 quarter, Monroe County leads Glasgow 15-9.
Something's going on in Tompkinsville tonight.
Well, it's maybe,
it's just a tough place to play.
It is. You know how tough it is. I mean, we know how tough it is many times being over there.
I don't know if I would. I mean, Piper and Warren might not agree with me, but that's maybe one of my least favorite places to play. I mean,
they talk about it. They talk about it being a tough place to play. And this is one year where all the district games don't count because of the COVID. And it's the first 3 that count.
I'd say we'll try to play them twice each time through.
Yeah, but that second time won't count as a district game, though. 47 seconds to go. Trojans down 3. Here's Withrow. 43 seconds to go. Down 3. Pointer going to pull the trigger for 3. There it is.
You called that one, Jay. Set a screen, had to step behind the line, but it was pure. Got to play D now.
50-50, 30 seconds left in the game. Decker with the basketball. On a give and go, Decker cut off in the corner. Whoa, that ball went right through the net. But here's a layup. Shot blocked from behind by Griggs. Here comes Withrow in the front court. He's going to slow it down. Trojans will go for one shot. Timeout, Coach Warren Cunningham.
Manage those timeouts well to be able to take his last one here to set it up. 15.4 to go. Get it right here in front of the bench. Good defensive possession. We had to take a chance. That's a 50-50 call. Sometimes you're going to get the foul called on you. Sometimes you won't. But at that point, I think it's fair, especially as they were driving to the rim to try to block that shot. Good block by Mason. Gavin dug it out of there, and we turned it the other way quickly. So now we win it or go to overtime.
Yep. Tied at 50 with 15.4. Trojans will have the basketball. Yep, Pointer gets his first points of the night. Long three to tie the game.
Good comeback. We've dug ourselves back out of that 6-point hole that are only the 6 points we scored in the third period to come back and score 15 here in the fourth period. So we've kind of opened the door back up.
Yep. Down by as many as 9. It was 48-39. So gone on a 11-2 run.
Yeah, and give Central Hardin a ton of credit. They come out with a defense there in the second half that we didn't really expect, and it kind of caught us off guard. And it took us a while to adjust. See if I would suspect they stay in that 2-3 zone, but we may have drawn up a play for that, and then they come out here man to try to give us a different look. We'll see.
Trojans ball here on the side, right near the Barren County bench, as Ryan Shirley will toss it in. 15.4 to go. Trojans deadlocked at 50 with the Bruins. They go to that 2-3 zone.
Here we go.
Withrow, 8 seconds to go.
Gotta go.
Withrow, working around the right side, reverses back left, gives it to Pointer. Pointer, 2 seconds. Withrow at the horn. No good, off the back of the iron. So we will go to overtime, tied at 50.
Took a long time for that play to develop. We were trying for one angle, and we didn't look for the wrinkle or the second option until a little too late, and didn't have a chance to rebound it and put it back in. So 50-50, we'll take it, considering we were down by 9 with just a few minutes to go, and we'll see what we can do in overtime.
Yeah, Barren County outscored the Bruins 15-10 in that fourth quarter. Trying to see if we had any other score updates here. I had one. No, that was on the Metcalf-Cumberland game. 34-29 Metcalf at the half. That's a district game. I think this is the first time they played them.
Okay.
So, again, the Trojanettes lost tonight on the road at Casey County, 37-31.
Trojans lost the coin flip, so Central Hardin will actually get the ball first here in this 4-minute overtime period. We don't have a ton of foul trouble, maybe none really, do we?
Pointer has 3. That's the only player on the Trojan side with 3. But now the Bruins, Ash has 3, Keith has 3, Elmore 3, Lewis 3, Nelson 3.
Nobody went in the 4 territory.
Nobody has 4, no.
All right. 4 minutes extra. We've only got one timeout. We used all of them, so we add 1. Central Hardin's got 3, and they'll start the period, like I said, with the ball.
Yep. I don't think, they haven't put the time up there
we
yet.
forgot to put we were just going to, first one to score win.
All right, 4-minute overtime. Trojans went in overtime in Russell County earlier this year.
That's right.
Came out with a win. Decker gives to Elmore, top of the circle against Shirley. Left side, it goes to Ash. Ash will give it to Robinson. Robinson goes right side. Stops, looks, has to hand it off out there. Here's Keith driving, trying to go up against Miller. Oh, we fouled him. 3 on Aiden Miller. 5 on the Trojans in the second half.
Clean block up top, got him too much on the bottom. Had his forearm in his back as he was making his way to the rim.
And Preston Keith is 3 for 3 from the foul line tonight. This shot goes up and he missed it.
Make sure we're fundamental here. Get us a rebound.
Second shot for Preston Keith is good. 51-50 Central Hardin as Lewis checks back into the Bruin lineup. He'll come in for Elmore. Barren County's basketball as it comes into Griggs. Griggs going to work it up against Robinson. Gets it across the line. Straight away out to Withrow. Back to Griggs. Now Griggs bounce pass back to Withrow. Back to Griggs. Looking inside. Here's Miller. Turnaround shot in the lane. Good!
Good flash, find, and score.
12 points for Aiden Miller, 52-51. Trojans on top by one with 3:15 left in the overtime period. Here's Ash handing it off to Robinson. Robinson trying to cut out, stolen away, down on the floor. Miller come up with the basketball. Here's Shirley, right side, Withrow, three, yes!
Start the period with 2 buckets compared to just their 1 free throw. A little bit of energy now in Trojan Gym, sparked by Gavin's 3 there to force a Central Hardin timeout.
And Gavin Withrow with 3 Peoples Bank threes tonight. He had one in the fourth quarter. And now one here in the overtime. Of course, Tay Pointer hit the 3 to tie the game at 50.
Your offense just looks so much different when that 3 ball goes in. You know, you see what happened in the third period. There were 0 threes. Not sure we attempted very many. And then here in the fourth period in overtime, that 3 is falling for us. And we're starting to put some points on the board, maybe create some separation. So 1 minute into this 4-minute period, you have a 4-point lead all of a sudden with a little spurt.
55-51, 3:01 in overtime.
The way Central Hardin shot it, though, here in the second half, you don't want to take a 4-point lead for granted by any means.
Nope. Decker with it for Central Hardin in front court. Now looking, gives to Ash. Ash wants to work with a jump shot from the elbow. Good. That's only his second field goal tonight. It's 55-53. And Withrow into the front court. Oh, dangerous pass. Pointer looking, still looking. Over goes to Withrow. Back to Pointer. Can't shoot. Now dribbles around to the right side. Gives to Withrow. Back to Pointer. Pointer trying to make a move. Can't. Gives it back to Withrow. Can't shoot the 3. Back to Pointer.
Don't have to be in a hurry.
No. Goes back to Withrow. Back to Pointer.
It's just a 2-point game, though. You don't want to pull it out and play not to lose.
Just go for the good shot. Don't force anything. Comes out to Shirley. Now Shirley leaves it with Withrow. So we come down to 2 minutes to play here in the overtime period. And now Griggs, and a lot of traffic there. Bounce pass in there to Shirley. Puts it up and in.
That's what you're talking about right there. The good shot because of the patience on offense.
Edward Jones, Jamie Harris assists. 57-53. Straight away comes over to Keith. He'll give it back out now to Decker. Back over goes to Ash. Jump shot in the air. Good. He banked that one in over Pointer. Boy, that's a tough shot.
He's made a couple of tough ones here in overtime.
57-55 and a minute and a half to go in the overtime period. Withrow working right side. Straight away over to Pointer. And now Pointer. Bounce pass back over to Withrow. 1:20 left in the game in the overtime. 2-point Barren County lead. Pointer back over to Withrow. Withrow trying to penetrate. And now gets it in there to Griggs and back out to Withrow. He'll give it to Pointer. Coming down on 1 minute. Pointer goes back over to Withrow on the right side. Bounce pass in there to Griggs. Griggs now looking back out to Pointer. Thought about the 3, but gives it back out to Withrow. Back to Pointer. Cross court pass comes to Shirley. Shirley looking back out to Withrow with 50 seconds to play. And Robinson reaches in and fouls.
Worked about a minute and a half off the clock to force them under a minute having to foul.
And that's going to put Gavin Withrow at the line for the 1+1. That's the 7th team foul of the Bruins. Big free throws right here for Gavin Withrow. Been shooting 72% from the line. Shot's good. 58-55 Trojans.
Need to make it a 2-possession game here.
Second shot on the way. Bonus. Good. 59-55. Trojans by 4. 47 seconds to go in overtime. Here's Decker with the basketball. Decker Floats it off to Keith and back to Decker. 38 seconds to play. Ash, jump shot, 3 in the air. Short, whistle, foul.
He kicked out his leg when he shot the 3, and we hit that leg, and he fell to the ground. I mean, sell job on the 3. You got to give him credit there, and I mean, he's their best player, I would say, and he'll get 3 at the stripe. Tough call.
Yeah, he's 4 of 6 from the line tonight.
Go back and watch that one, but I think that's what he did. He kind of kicked his leg out, and the ref gave him the benefit of the call.
59-56 as Ash connects on that one. The foul was on Tay Pointer. Second of 3 for Ash. Puts it up, and he makes it. 59-57. Change in the lineup here as they get Goodman and Nelson back in. Ash with his 3rd free throw attempt. He's hit his last 4 in a row now. And this one is on the way, and he got it. Timeout Central Hardin with 33.5 seconds to play. It's a 1-point game with the Trojans on top, 59-58. Barron will have the basketball to bring the length to the court.
That's what he did. He didn't go straight up and straight down on a shot, and that leg kicked out in his sort of follow through, if you will. And Tay trying to close out, running by him, hit that leg, and he lost his balance, fell to the ground. That gave him 3 free ones and puts it back to just a 1-point game. So our free throw shooting is going to be critical, as I'm sure they'll foul us if they're unable to get the turnover.
Coca-Cola scoreboard update from the end of the third quarter. Metcalfe County 48, Cumberland County 44 in the boys contest. Of course, the girls, Metcalfe girls, are not playing tonight because they're getting ready for the All-A State.
Right. Is that this weekend?
Maybe it's next week.
Okay.
No, it doesn't start to the 15th.
Oh, Lord, that's a big layoff.
So I don't know if that the girls could have played earlier tonight. I don't know, but I didn't think they played tonight. We would have got the score, I think. I don't think that was on the list. No, it's just boys tonight. Shirley gets the ball in play to Withrow. 32 seconds to go. He's picked up his dribble, gives it off to Griggs. He races down the floor and pulls up. Bounces back out to Withrow. They've been chased double team. He gives it to Pointer. Trojans trying to spread the floor out. Foul on Keith. And that'll be number 4. I have him on Preston Keith. And so Tay Pointer will be at the line for one of the bonus. As some changes here in the lineup. Tay Pointer, 66.7% foul shooter. And the shot goes up, and he missed it. Chasing it down, trying to be Shirley, but Central Hardin comes up with a basketball. They got a chance to win the game here with 15 seconds to play, and a timeout again by Central Hardin.
I was going to say, they've got one timeout left, and they're going to burn it here. So this is like the reciprocated situation from what we were in. We had a chance to win it and called timeout with about 15 seconds. Now they have about 13 seconds left, called timeout with a chance to win it. A little different situation, though. It's win or lose for them. It was win or go to overtime for us there in the fourth period.
Mm-hmm. And we talked about this is the Bruins' only 4th game of the season here tonight. They'd won over Kentucky Country Day by 33. In their first game of the season on January the 12th, they beat Campbellsville on Saturday night 51-33. Their loss was to Owensboro Catholic 77-68.
So they haven't had really any close games. This is their first close game then.
Mm-hmm.
And the Owensboro Catholic team 7-1. Campbellsville struggling just at 2-8.
Yeah.
Country Day is about a 500 ball club. So this is a good game for both teams. We've had, on our little winning streak we're on here, we haven't really had a close game either. So we need a test right here in the middle of the week.
Uh-huh. All right, Central Hardin will have the basketball here in front of their own bench to our right, and Elmore will toss it in. 12.9 to play in overtime. Barron with a 1-point lead. Decker with a basketball. Right side, Keith. They feed it in the middle. Picked off in there by Shirley. And he'll give it off to Withrow with 4.9 and a foul called in the backcourt on 22. That's Hayden Ash, his fourth, team's ninth.
Terrific closing ability by Ryan Shirley. He was beat, and they had a layup, and he snuck his way in there, broke it up, and then used his strength to rip it away. We have a chance now to make it a three-point game.
And Withrow at the line. This is a 1 and a bonus. Shot is up. It is no good.
Oh, man.
Came up short. Ball knocked away out of bounds. It's going to go off of Decker. And the Trojans will get the ball with 2.6.
That was the right call. We just stuck our hand in there and knocked it off of them.
2.6 to go in overtime. Barren up 59-58. Shirley will toss it in.
Get it in.
Shirley looking, still looking. Throws it out to Miller. Miller's going to dribble it out with 0.6 of a second to go, and he's fouled. And he'll head to the free throw line. This time it'll be 2 shots. Double bonus for Barren County's Aiden Miller.
A little more comfortable. We've missed some free throws here, but double bonus gives you a little bit more comfortability. And the clock as well.
Right, Miller's 2 for 3. This one rolled off.
We missed our last 3, 2 of those front ends.
Yeah. 0.6 of a second. And Miller, one more. And he intentionally missed it. And that'll do it.
That's hard to do. That's really hard to do, but he did a great job with it.
And that'll do it. 59-58. The Trojans win it in overtime over Central Hardin. As Barren County improves to 7-3 on the season, Central Hardin evens their record at 2-2. 59-58. Trojans victorious by 1 in overtime. We'll be back with a post-game report brought to you by CPC Commodities, proven on our farm and made for yours. And always remember, if you find a vehicle on DonFranklinAuto.com, Don Franklin will then bring that vehicle to Glasgow and let you experience the Don Franklin difference. This is Barren County High basketball, presented by Don Franklin Auto Glasgow on 104thescore.com and Nash 103.7.
Plus the all-new 2020 Equinox LT as low as $19,990. All with Don Franklin's exclusive 15-year, 500,000-mile powertrain coverage. Find new roads at Don Franklin Chevrolet in Glasgow.
In our neck of the woods, propane is a big source for heating our homes. And your local Southern States in Glasgow is the place to get your propane tanks filled for your home. And propane-powered heating is used on farms, too. It's a great fuel source for heating livestock, such as swine and poultry, like chicken barns. Propane heat can transform the way you operate a farm and its various buildings. With propane, heating becomes more efficient in barns and even greenhouses. Call Southern States in Glasgow to find out more. 651-6167.
Every banker wants your business when times are good, but how do they treat you when times aren't so good? I'm Austin Burge, and as a small community banker that specializes in small business and agriculture lending, I want to invest in the business people and farmers that will help our community prosper. But we know that neither agriculture nor entrepreneurship always play out like we'd hope. I want to be your community banker because I'm committed to being there to help you through the good times and the not so good times. Come see me at the People's Bank and let me work for you. The People's Bank, working for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, MLS 1821550.
Some of my fondest childhood memories are from volunteering with my grandmother. Helping others was her passion. She'd always say, the sweetest fruits of life come from serving others. And she was right.
At Shelter Insurance, we strive to make a positive impact in the communities where we work and live.
I'm Brad Gross. For a free insurance review, see me at 130 South Public Square.
You're listening to the Barren County Basketball Postgame Show, presented by Don Franklin.
Trojans win it in overtime, 59-58 over Central Hardin here at Barren County High tonight. We welcome you to the CPC Commodities postgame report. Barren County led 11-10 at the end of the first quarter. It was 29-24 at halftime. Central Hardin went on a run in the third quarter and outscored the Trojans 16-6 to take a 40-35 lead. Barren came back in the fourth quarter, Tay Pointer's 3-point shot right before the buzzer actually was the the shot that went into overtime, tied at 50 at the end of regulation. And then Barren County scores 9 in the overtime to Central Hardin's 8 points as the Trojans improve to 7-3 on the season, and Central Hardin falls to 2-2 on the year. Central Hardin tonight with 19 field goals. 5 of those were 3-pointers. They were 15 of 18 from the foul line, and they had 3 players in double figures. Landon Elmore finishing the night with 16. He had a couple of threes in the game. 13 for Hayden Ash, and he only had 3 at halftime. He only ended up with 3 field goals for the game, and scored most of his points from the free throw line tonight. I was trying to add it up here. 7 of 9 from the charity stripe for Ash. Preston Keith had 10. He had 3 baskets and 4 of 5 from the stripe. 2 points for Mason Thompson. Adam Hobbs hit 2 threes there in the third quarter and scored 6 points tonight. Tate Lewis had 2, Carter Robinson with 4, and Brett Decker with 5 in the game. Be careful going home. For the Trojans tonight, 20 field goals. 5 of those were 3-point shots, and 4 players in double figures tonight. Gavin Withrow with 15 tonight. He had 3 threes and 2 twos and 2 of 3 from the foul line. Mason Griggs with 14 points tonight. He had 5 baskets, 4 for 4 from the foul line. 13 for Ryan Shirley. Had 4 baskets, one of those a 3-point shot, 4 for 4 from the charity stripe. Aiden Miller scored 12 tonight off the bench. Had 9 in the first half, 5 baskets and 2 of 5 from the stripe. 3 points for Tay Pointer. They had the 3-pointer that sent the game into overtime there at the end of regulation. Eli Brooks scored a couple of free throws for 2 points. And you got a few stats there?
Barren 20, put my microphone down there. Barren 20 of 46 for 43% for the game. Central Hardin 1 less field goal. They were 19 of 41 for 46%. Both teams hit 5 threes. We were 5 of 14, 36. They were 5 of 8 for 63%. A lot of those in the third quarter there. Free throw shooting was fantastic. We missed our last 4, but we still hung on to win. We out-rebounded them 16-13, had 12 turnovers compared to their 15. Good win and a lot of good action from a lot of guys tonight.
When you got 5 players or 4 players in double figures, and only score 59, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I'll let Warren score. I'll let Warren say what he says about all those, but a lot of guys played good minutes tonight.
Yeah. 59-58 overtime win for Coach Warren Cunningham tonight. Coach Cunningham's comments brought to you by McDonald's. Enjoy a McDonald's meal today or tonight at your Glasgow McDonald's. Coach, a great win for you here on the home court.
Yeah, it was. It was 2 good wins. I thought the JV guys, I want to brag on them, man. They were shorthanded tonight without some of the regular guys, and the regulars that were here played great, and some of the young guys kind of pitched in, and I thought that was just a really good JV game. I mean, it was a really good basketball game, and I told our varsity guys before we came out, hey, you got to have the same type of fight and the same type of approach that those guys did, because Colton and Lane, those guys, they were getting after it, and Eli and those guys in the JV game. I think they're good. I think Central Hardin's a good team. I mean, they're big, they shoot it, they guard the heck out of you. Yeah. They went to the zone there because they were in foul trouble, and it worked, so they stayed in it. And it took us a little while to adjust to it, and they caused it. We didn't play well for most parts of the game, but I thought they were the reason for that. And but that's a good win. That's a really good win over a good team.
Yeah, they're physical too.
They are, and they've got length. They're physical on the screening. They're physical on the rebounding, and we knew that. That's what they did to us up there last year. They were very physical with us, and we didn't respond to that very well. And we had seen them on film, and our guys would tell you that's the thing that we kind of talked about the most in terms of the way that they play, how physical they are on the, defensively and offensively. They run a lot of good stuff. They screen the heck out of you, and Ryan played the play there perfectly there toward the end to get the steal, and they had kind of burned us on that a couple times, but he read it and made a great play there.
You had 4 players in double figures tonight. Gavin had 15, Mason 14, Ryan 13, and Aiden with 12.
Yeah, and Gavin made a big shot there, a couple big shots there late in the fourth quarter. quarter in overtime. Tay struggled, but he made a huge three. And I said, the best advice in the timeout before he makes the three, Ryan Shirley told him, he said, shoot the ball with confidence. And, his confidence had wavered a little bit there. And I said that was probably the best advice of the night. But, we had good balance. And when we're at our best, that's what we have, especially with this team. So we struggled at times. We missed, we were bad to start the third quarter. We missed some easy baskets. But, we kind of challenged our guys a little bit and give them credit. They responded. And we kind of had our backs against the wall, and we fought there. We got some stops, got a couple steals, and we made a couple shots, made some plays there at the right time.
Yeah, you were down at one time by 9. It was 48-39. What brought you back?
Well, I thought we tried to trap them there, and they broke it a couple times. They scored twice because we gave up the sideline pass and the middle pass. And then when we took that away, we got them to turn it over a little bit and miss a couple shots. They took some tough shots. And I think what that allowed us to do is get in transition and create some space in transition to get some easier buckets. There's also a lot to be said about making shots. But I thought we were able to get in transition, and that created some space to get, Gavin was having a hard time getting the shot off over their length.
Right.
So, we were able to kind of create a little bit of space there in transition and finish some plays.
We've got a couple of nights off to prepare for Glasgow Friday night. Glasgow up by 6 at halftime on Monroe County. That game over in Tompkinsville tonight. So what do you see that you need to work on between now and Friday?
Well, we've got to continue to clean things up offensively. At times tonight we turned it over too much. We're still getting guys in the wrong spot at the wrong time. We just have to get our timing down on some things that we're doing. And we worked on that a little bit yesterday as far as throwing the ball into the post and kind of looking for some opportunities to do that. And at times we did a little bit better tonight. But we got to continue to clean things up offensively and making sure that our timing on our sets and the things that we're doing offensively is a little bit better. But we got to continue to improve. And I think experience-wise was good for some of our young guys tonight. Eli and Aiden, especially Aiden, played a ton of minutes there, and they saw a lot of good stuff. And sometimes the only thing, you got to play against those type of situations to get better at it.
Right, Coach. Congratulations to you.
All right, thanks.
We'll see you tomorrow.
All right,
Coach Warren Cunningham. The Trojans winning in overtime, a thriller, 59-58 over Central Hardin. And we'll come back and name the Monticello Bank Trojan MVP of the game and close out our broadcast here tonight from Barren County High. Again, it's 59-58, Trojans in overtime over Central Hardin. You're following the Trojans on 103.7 Nash and 104thescore.com.
Barren County farmers, you want feed products and nutritional supplements that are proven to work for your operation. No time on your farm to mess around. CPC Commodities understands, so they provide quality feeds they can stand behind. CPC Commodities offers direct-to-farm delivery options for bulk or bag feed, minerals, tubs, and farm hardware. CPC Commodities, proven on our farm, made for yours. Call toll-free at 888-618-6455.
Looking for a new place to bank? Consider South Central Bank, a bank that believes in lifelong relationships, offers free checking, safe and secure online and mobile banking, friendly local lenders who know you by name and are ready to invest in your success, convenient lobby and drive-through hours, including Saturdays, to better serve you. South Central Bank has been serving communities across Kentucky for nearly 50 years. South Central Bank, small enough to know you, big enough to help. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
If you hadn't been to Colton's Steakhouse and Grill, what are you waiting for? Okay, maybe you need a special reason. Well, here it is. Our sizzling signatures. There's the Hawaiian ribeye, marinated for 72 hours and topped with fresh grilled pineapple. Or how about our Del Rio ribeye, topped with melted anchovy chipotle butter and crispy onion tanglers. Both these mouth-watering sizzling signature ribeyes are available right now. Colton's Steakhouse and Grill, where we know what's at stake.
In Glasgow, Campbellsville, Radcliffe, and Bardstown.
Celebrate your memories. No two funerals are exactly alike. Personalization is a valuable consideration. Whether the ceremony is elaborate or simple, funerals are often individualized to reflect the life and the values of the deceased. It may reflect one's occupation, hobbies, or a lifetime of photo memories. A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home is following all CDC guidelines to help keep you and your family safe.
A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home, serving our community since 1928. 201 East Washington Street in Glasgow, 651-2080. You're listening to Barren County Basketball, presented by Don Franklin Glasgow.
Back to wrap things up tonight here from Barren County High School. The Trojans win it in overtime, 59-58 over Central Hardin to go to 7-3 on the year. And our next broadcast will be coming up Friday night from Glasgow High School. The Trojans and Trojanettes, Scotties and Lady Scotties. As the Trojanettes, Lady Scotties will start things at 6 o'clock, and our broadcast will begin at 5:40 here on Nash 103.7 and 104thescore.com. I want to thank Cameron Brown for taking care of stats for us tonight. Robert Bauer with color commentary. Todd Belcher, our studio producer in the Nash 103 studios. And until Friday night, this is Jay Turner. Thanks for being with us, and good night from Barren County High.